reach out to myself. And I am going to actually introduce a new member of our team. Chad Thompson is our marketing manager, and he came on board with us, I guess in March of 2020. So he's fairly new to the team, came on board with us during the pandemic, and has really kind of, taken all projects and programs that we have and really run with them. He is a specialist in content generation and storytelling. So a lot of the programming that we'll introduce you today is really in line with a lot of that storytelling mindset. So I'm going to let Chad take it from here. And throughout the course of the next 45 minutes or so, I'll also drop some links in the chat box just for you to learn more information and kind of dig into the programs a little bit further. So with that, Chad, I will pitch it to you, and then we'll allow kind of at the end about 15 minutes for Q&A. But just one more note for you all to keep in mind. Anything that we're presenting today is really meant for you to have on top of your mind as opportunities for your marketing and advertising. What we're doing with Friends of Southwest Virginia and the Southwest Virginia branding is not meant for you to participate in lieu of a lot of the other membership-based programs or co-op advertising programs, whether it be what Virginia Tourism does with their co-op program, or what Harp Appalachia does with theirs, or what Northeast Tennessee Tourism Association does with theirs as well. So this is really meant to just showcase more opportunities for you to get involved in the regional marketing efforts and to be able to kind of grow your database and your market and your target audience. So with that, Chad, I will kick it to you and let you take it from here.
Thank you, Jenna, and good morning, everybody. I see a lot of familiar faces in the chat, and so that's great to see. But for those of you that don't know me, as Jenna mentioned, my name's Chad Thompson, and I took over as marketing manager at Friends back right around the start of the pandemic. So it was definitely an interesting time to not only learn more about the organization, but this new way of marketing and just work in general. So it's been an interesting learning experience, I'm sure many of y'all know. So to kind of give you an idea of what I do with the team is I do a lot of the social media posts. I create a lot of the videos that you've seen probably on YouTube or shared throughout social media, as well as photography. And one of the biggest tasks that I wanted to try to oversee coming on board with the team was trying to build a bigger database of digital assets. So more photos, more videos, and blog posts. And around the start of the pandemic, I think actually back in May, we actually started a podcast as a new level to try to leverage traffic and get stories out to visitors to Southwest Virginia. And that's actually called the Stories from Southwest Virginia podcast. And I know a lot of local collectives have already been a part of it, and we're definitely going to try to revamp that and pursue more opportunities with that here in the future as well. So that's just a few things that I've been working on my side of things. And as far as the team collective, we've been working on this partnership marketing opportunity, and we call it the MAP. And if you can, hopefully everybody can see my screen here. I think, is that showing up for everybody? Good deal. So we call it the MAP, which is just short for Marketing Access Program. And MAP makes perfect sense because, us being tourism destinations, having a map and a guideway for visitors, and as well as for us on this side of things. So I think it's some clever branding we have going on with that there. So we're going to go ahead and dive into what the MAP actually is today and some programs that might benefit you and your marketing efforts going forward. And we like to start with the creative economy, because everybody on this call knows as well as I do that Southwest Virginia and even our neighboring states of Tennessee and North Carolina are very creative destinations. We are very unique within our culture and our heritage, everything from our arts, our crafts, our culinary, our farmers, and everybody else in between. So when we are utilizing our marketing efforts, we want to capitalize on that creative economy and drive our visitors here to visit our small businesses, our beautiful small towns, the cities, and our amazing natural landscapes. And to kind of give you an idea of the breakdown of the Southwest Virginia region, we're made up of 19 counties, 4 independent cities, 53 towns. We have 11 state parks, 2 national parks, hundreds of music venues, and 300 plus artisans, a part of the Round the Mountain Artisan Network and others. So we have a lot of abilities to be able to market to a very wide group of people, both here locally within the region, as well as our interstate collaboratives and, globally. Like, this is definitely a location people want to be coming to. So why would you benefit from participating in the map? Well, the biggest thing is that by participating with us, you're gaining attraction from our audience that we've already built. And here in just a moment, I'll give you some stats on our social medias and kind of where our marketing efforts have gone to and how we've grown and built over the past few months and years of being an organization. So essentially, we are already marketing the region both nationally and globally. So this allows you the opportunity to engage in those efforts with us and take advantage of those marketing efforts. So kind of give you an idea of what I'm talking about, our key initiatives as part of the Friends of Southwest Virginia organization is that our branding and marketing of Southwest Virginia to the world as a distinct culture and destination. And that's seen in huge festivals such as Rhythm and Roots and Floyd Fest. And then we have, of course, the Round the Mountain Artisans and other artisan networks across Southwest Virginia, which are, in my opinion, unique to this region that nobody else can even touch. So there's so many things about the region that make us this destination that everybody would want to come to. And so we capitalize on that by developing and sustaining things like the Southwest Virginia Cultural Center in Abingdon, where we can push visitors out into different areas of the region and educate them on our culture and our history and our artisans. And we also want to expand on outdoor recreation and development initiatives. So we try to encourage a lot of people going out into the region to explore our natural assets, the mountains, everything from like Back of the Dragon up in Marion, and just all the beautiful natural resources that we have available as well. So the way that we break down our marketing efforts, or showing more so our assets, is we have 4 websites, which consists of our Southwest Virginia visitor website, the Cultural Center site, Round the Mountain, and of course our Friends site to kind of bring all that together. We have 11 social media channels across Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, just to name a couple of those. And then our follower accounts are steadily growing. I'm sure since this document was last updated, we've even surpassed some of these numbers across our social media platforms. So the big thing that we've been working on is trying to leverage and take advantage of some of the things that's been going on during the pandemic to really build upon our assets and trying to continue to build these platforms so we can reach more visitors for 2021, because we're very hopeful that this year people are going to want to get back out, and what better place to do that than Southwest Virginia. So now, as far as the program itself, where you can get involved in areas that might interest you, we've broken this up to make it as simple as possible. So we have 4 main categories, and we do this through social media marketing, email marketing, digital marketing, and then websites and e-commerce. So that's the 4 areas that we're going to kind of focus on today, and I'm going to try to break down for everybody. And by the way, this copy of the map is available to download. So if you haven't already downloaded this, it's free on the Friends site. I'm sure Jenna can get us a link in the chat for that. So you can go through and really read these details at the end of the presentation. This is just some of our numbers across social media, kind of showing our following, our page like, and potential reaches that you could see and results from taking a part of our partnership here. So the first part with social media marketing, as we all have probably learned during this pandemic, social media is probably one of the most powerful tools in marketing that we can utilize and capitalize on right now. It's been our go-to for a lot of locals and visitors to determine what's open, what's not, the rules, regulations, and so many other things. It's also a great way for us to connect with new and potentially future visitors to the area. So we wanted to make social media marketing a priority, and some of the benefits of taking a part of this partnership with us is that this is fully managed by social media experts. So not only are you getting the aid from us here at Southwest Virginia, but also our partners over at Stellar Studios in Johnson City. They are our agency that aids us in a lot of these processes. They are extraordinary and they do great work and have helped us out dearly along this process as well. But essentially what we do is you tell us what you want, what your goals are, and you just work through this simple process we'll show you in just a moment. And we do all the legwork. So this frees up your time to concentrate on other things that are important to you and allow us to kind of help you from a certain social media level to determine what's going to work best in your efforts. So if we go to this second page here, this kind of breaks down how this works. So the first step is simply to choose what type of ad that you want to run online. If you just want a basic image, a carousel ad, or if you want to even go with stories. And the beautiful thing here is we can also aid in the generation of these images if need be. So we can help you through the process of figuring out what it is that you want to market, who you want to market to, and then we derive that to our channels using our audience. Say Facebook, for example, we have right around 25,000 or so followers. You're gaining that audience in addition to your own audiences across social media. So this allows you to tap into new faces and just new opportunities in general. So again, like I said, we tried to make this as simple as possible. It's essentially a 3-step plan. So after you've chose what type of ad you want, you choose what your goal is. If you want to just reach more people and get your social media built up so you can get more messages out there, share more photos, and just get more people into your locality, you can do that. Or if you have another goal in mind, say you've built a new website or you've got an app out now, you can also send that traffic to those different places and get them accustomed to going there. For example, our website at Visit Southwest Virginia, we create blog posts on there. And a lot of that's evergreen organic content that people are searching for through Google already, but we can also drive traffic to that site if we have a special promotion or just something in general we want them to see. So that's your other option there. And finally, step 3 is totally optional. If you feel like your campaign is doing exceptionally well and you want to increase that, we can just extend it out a little bit longer so you can see even better results. Or if you're running a little bit low on time, you can bump in and just kind of increase that some more. So essentially, social media marketing is a very valuable one because you're taking advantage of our audience that's already adapt to the Southwest Virginia region. So we know that their interests are going to be in line with your marketing efforts because we share that same common areas there. So that's our first section. Now, the microsites is one that is new and I'm very excited about. This is a great opportunity, especially for smaller businesses, because a lot of you out there probably understand that building a brand new website is not only a big headache because it's expensive, but it's also very time consuming. And then the maintenance to keep that up to date is also quite a big workaround. And with the way that the pandemic's been going, although we do have a little bit more free time in certain areas, I'm sure we don't want to spend that building brand new or maintaining websites. So we came up with the option of microsites. And essentially what these are is you get your own little micro website within the Visit Southwest Virginia website. And the best way I like to describe this is think of a Facebook page. So Facebook is the website and your page would be the microsite. So the value in that is where we're already getting visitors and established with the Visit Southwest Virginia website. Now you can take advantage of our traffic as well by having people come across your microsites on there. So here's kind of a small examples of what we're going to see on the microsites. Let me scroll down here for you. It's a little bit small, but if you pull up the map and download it yourself, you can see that. But here's an example using the N and Ys. So you get a nice little cover photo area here. You can get a paragraph to put in a little bit of text about yourself. And in this case, with it being a hotel, they can go and book. And then you have contact information, maps, photo galleries. It's literally just like having a Facebook page. You can add all these different things to it. You can update it and add more information as time goes on. And it's just a great resource for a lot of people, especially, like I said, if you don't already have a website. This is a very great place to go. And we've even been confirmed from our agency that we can have social media feeds. So if you do run Instagram pages or like a Twitter, you can actually have those feeds implemented into your microsite as well. So there's a lot of customization options to be able to have on those. Now let's go on down to option B here. The second microsite option gives you more of an e-commerce vibe. We spent working on the new cultural center shop about 3 to 4 months trying to really vamp this shop up and get it ready, because you have to think about so many things, from shipping to how many products can you upload, what kind of pricing tier are you going to be on, how many third-party apps do you need to get it to work. There's a lot of troubleshooting to start up an e-commerce, but with these microsite options, again, it makes it very simple to just set it up and just start selling and going right away. So you can kind of see the layout here. You can have a photo up top of what your shop might be, or some types of products. So this would be great for a lot of artisans. This could be good for generalized shops that want to put some special items for sale online, because this is a low cost investment where you could see a great return on that investment, because we all know that e-commerce, especially during this pandemic, has skyrocketed. I feel sorry for a lot of the mail carriers out there, because I know they've been working some extra evenings, and it's all because this new kind of formation of the world has led us to buying a lot more things online. And I think this could be a very competitive option, especially for small businesses, because, you know, if they're being forced to have to close, for maybe some regulations through COVID going on, or just to give them that competitive advantage against those giants like Amazon and Walmart, this is one step forward for them to be able to do that. So microsites might not be the best option as far as sailing for everybody. Maybe it's just the normal one. So we give you that option to choose which one works better for your efforts. Now, the email marketing also gets really exciting, because we are working on an email re-engagement campaign where it's going to have smart learning. So our new emails that are going to start going out to our visitors are going to start learning their interests. And think about this kind of like smart coupons. If you go to the grocery store and you just really dislike broccoli, eventually the grocery store is going to learn that and not send you coupons towards broccoli, but maybe in my case, it might be dark chocolate candy bars. They're going to know what is going to sell to you, and therefore that's the coupons you're going to get. Well, essentially our email program is going to do the same thing. So if our visitors have expressed interest in, say, the Crooked Road and music venues, they're going to get more emails catered towards those interests versus, say, arts and crafts. So that's a great, valuable resource for not only us, but you as well, if you decide to take part of our emails, because then we can help get those events that you might have. I know, say, Marion with the chili cook-off, if we've got an email going out to help you market that particular event, we can find people that have expressed interest in music and outdoor events or something to that extent. So the email marketing ads will deliver a high return on investment, because we do have really great click-through rates, and we have an audience of potential reach of, I believe it's about 50,000 plus that we're working on building those lists together currently. It's super easy to get started. This is a very budget-friendly form of marketing with us. And then our list subscribers, they're already engaged and receptive to learning more about your business, because they're already reading our emails and checking those frequently as it is. So we already have the program that is going and working. So now you just add in your particular part. And you can see here on the side, that kind of gives you an idea of how you can get yourself included in that e-blast. And we have different options for that, such as the hero spotlight, which is a little bit larger. You can have sub features, just depending on the type of work that you want marketed out. That's how we can target you in those emails. And we definitely, in any of these areas, are happy to consult with you on what might work better for your particular event. So if you're unsure if I want to do social media or email or microsites, or here in just a moment, the digital marketing, we can definitely assist you with figuring out which one would work best. Now, the area that I enjoy the most is probably the digital marketing section, because this involves storytelling and a lot of photography and videography, and those are my primary areas of focus. So these are the areas that I'm going to try to promote to you the most, because I love doing these so much. So These can be anything from blog posts, which is telling great stories, which is something that we at Friends love to do. We can do bundles on those. Photo sessions, definitely love to do those. And that could be anything from product photography, opening a business, special events for a town, a city, anything there. We have different bundles with video included as well. I definitely love doing video. And if you have not seen any of the video work that I do, be sure to check out the Southwest Virginia YouTube channel. We have a variety of content on there, from coming to do virtual visits at different locations and talking about them, to making these fun kind of cinematic videos with just music showcasing places. So there's a lot of great options on the digital side of things. And storytelling is probably one of the most valuable resources that we have here in Southwest Virginia, because there's so many stories to be told. Everything from our history of how places came to be, to just so many great things. Like the other day, I shared a post about O. Winston Link, and how a photograph from the 1950s and here in modern 2021, Green Cove Station still looks almost exactly the same as it did. And just thinking about what all's happened along those years, those are just samples of stories that we can tell, and we're unlimited. And that is ultimately, I feel like, how we're going to draw the traffic here to Southwest Virginia. So let's see. We'll go on down here. And then the final little section we got is our digital marketing with our Southwest Virginia shop. Now, this is what I was explaining a minute ago. We worked really hard this summer to put together our e-commerce platform, and we're very excited about it. We've since added over 200 plus artisan products. We have some Southwest Virginia branded products on there as well. And we're also inviting you, our partners, to join in this effort if you also would like to sell products. So let's say you're a locality, such as a small town in a county across the region, and you have came out with this new t-shirt and you want it to be a part of our e-commerce store. We can actually help you by selling that on our platform as well. So we have different options for that. We can also aid you with product photography if you don't already have that. And we also are going to be working on this wholesale program to a point where you can even buy into the Southwest Virginia brand. So then you can aid in your shop in having our branded merch in yours as well. So I think the e-commerce is still a very powerful resource in the effect that so many people are buying online right now. I can't tell you the last time that I was in a shop and bought something. Everything I bought for Christmas, I bought off the internet, just for the safety of not having to be out in the shops around other people. So I feel like this is a very powerful program for those of you out there that have brand specific merch, and definitely an option that I would not overlook. So, and then we also have a big free benefits section to all of our members, everything from web promotion, regional branding. We have, of course, our monthly newsletters and things like that. So definitely take some time to look at the free benefits that you can get in here as well. Just because they're free doesn't mean that they're lackluster. These are all very powerful things to consider and have involved, from our branding logo suite to merchandise rates and all the above. So I know I've crammed a ton of things into this short little mission, but essentially that's it. And I wanted to leave ample time for everybody to ask questions in case I just totally confused you. But again, be sure to download a copy of this map. You can have it for future reference, and you can kind of study around and see what works best for you. But at this time, I'd like to welcome any questions anybody would like to have. And I guess the best way to do this, if you could do, just raise your hand, and then we can call on you that way. And then maybe that'll make it as smooth as possible.
And Chad, we have had several really great questions in the chat box. So I'll just, for those of you who may not be watching the chat feed there, I'll just reiterate some questions that we did have on here. Morgan Egan was asking about if the social media ads were going to be run through the Southwest Virginia channels, targeting specific goals for each business or partner. And that is correct. So a lot of the advertising for social media will actually run through the Southwest Virginia channels. And then we had some good questions about SEO for the microsites. And so search engine optimization is included kind of in that microsite option. You get to customize your own URL. So the example I gave Amanda was it could be Amanda's website, visit swva.org. So it actually lives on our platform, but you have the option to choose what that specific URL, sub-URL would look like. And ultimately, if Amanda owned amandaswebsite.com, she could create a redirect to that subdomain. So, but our agency is involved in this with us, for the whole process. So those specific kind of technical kind of things, they can absolutely give you support in helping you to get everything formatted and flowing correctly for your own platform. And let's see. Cora had a question about whether the microsites could be used for like regional initiatives and collaboratives. And that's, I think, a great use case for the microsites, especially because we do have a lot of the collaboratives in Southwest Virginia that have different social media channels and different content. So this would be a really great opportunity to feed a lot of that content together into one place. And one of the things that we haven't talked about yet is that the Visit Southwest Virginia platform actually has a direct data feed from virginia.org. So a lot of our listings and events actually come directly from virginia.org. So if you put that information on virginia.org, it automatically populates the Visit Southwest Virginia site as well. And then I think, and then the last question that Cora had was whether the artisan work needed to be juried through Round the Mountain to be able to sell on our storefront. That is the case with artisan work. They would need to join Round the Mountain and then go through the jury process, which happens twice a year. But for those of you who have maybe retailers that do their own canning or have food products or t-shirts or those kind of things, those automatically can be put on the site. It would just be that kind of extra layer if it was an artisan that was specifically wanting to sell through us. So I hope that answered all the questions in the chat feed. And then, yeah, if you have any questions, Alicia, go ahead.
I couldn't find the raise your hand button, so I just raised my hand. Yeah, so can you talk a little bit about if there are any opportunities for folks across the state line over in Tennessee to participate with you all as well?
Great question. Chad, do you want to take that or you want me to?
Yeah, I can hit on that. So yeah, I wouldn't see a problem with that at all because, we already focus on like that idea, the interstate collaborative. And in reality, like these state lines and these borders are essentially imaginary. And just like one county to the next is like our neighbor, I view Tennessee and North Carolina and Kentucky as our neighbors as well. And I think that we would all benefit from working together because a lot of people that are coming into Tennessee are going to be driving through Virginia and vice versa. So I think we already are sharing a handful of visitors and our assets, our natural assets, our businesses, we're all so close and so common that I feel like that having that partnership across state lines would be a great asset for all of us.
Other questions?
I know sometimes I get to talking a little bit too fast when I get excited. So if I confused anybody on anything or you need some elaboration, I'd be more than happy to clarify anything. I'm just now getting caught up on the chat, so.
What's really great and something that Chad and I have been really excited about just with kind of brainstorming on this program and what's going to be the most beneficial. This is kind of the first iteration. So as we talked about feedback there at the beginning, a lot of this doesn't have kind of your traditional media forms. I mean, it's got the digital advertising piece, but doesn't include TV, radio, public relations, a lot of those kind of other forms of media. So would love your feedback if there's other opportunities that you all would like to see us pursue. This is kind of really trying to take the Southwest Virginia channels and platform and kind of build upon that and give you all some tangible ways to track results. So tracking comes along with this, results from any option that you ultimately want to decide to pursue, and really gives that kind of transactional piece, whereas, you know, Southwest Virginia marketing has been kind of vague in the past, in that a lot of people wanted to partner with us, but they didn't really know how or the best fit for them, or, you know, kind of ways to move forward. So I will actually, Chad, drop your email in the chat as well, if you will, and you can reach out to myself or Chad, and we're happy to answer your questions or talk with you if you just want to brainstorm. I know we're all trying to navigate the first part of 2021 and moving forward together. And so hopefully we can come up with a really unique way to partner with each of you and kind of help to build the region and our partners across state line at the same time. Great, thanks, Chad. So if you all don't have any more questions, and Chad, I'll let you you wrap up. Oh, Morgan has a question. Go ahead, Morgan.
There we go. This might be a question that doesn't have an answer right now, but I think one thing, this sounds very exciting and interesting, but I think I need to understand a little bit more about how this program fits for different scales of organizations. You know, like if we have our own website or our own, you know, social media marketing, that sort of thing, how we could plug in to something like this in a way that's beneficial and not like competing with ourselves or redundant. Because I think I definitely see the value, just understanding what it looks like for an organization like barter scale.
Yeah, I would say the immediate response to that would be just to think of it more as like a collaboration. So it's not necessarily that you're competing with your current marketing efforts, but you're gaining some additional. So basically the audiences we built, on say the Southwest Virginia channel, for example, it's already people that have definitely expressed interest in Southwest Virginia and our assets and things like that. So I think, say, a targeted ad coming from the Southwest Virginia channel from the barter would be acceptable by our audience, because they would see, well, this is great. This is something we've expressed interest in. So yeah, I would see it as a collaboration effort is the phrasing I would use there. It's
totally, thank you.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you're familiar with a lot of YouTubers, sometimes a couple different YouTubers from similar niches will get together and make a video for one channel and they'll do it on the other. And they do that because then they can share each other's audiences and ultimately build up their own, because they share that similarity. And the beautiful thing about the Southwest Virginia brand is where it's regional, there's really not anything in the region that doesn't necessarily fit in that realm of like tourism and attractions and things. So hopefully that clears it up a little bit.
Yeah. I think, I mean, for me specifically, I'd love to find a time to do some brainstorming on our specific instance, but I appreciate you starting the ball on this.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks. That was a great question too. All right. Well, I suppose if we don't have anybody else with any questions today, we can let everybody go. And it looks like it's about lunchtime, so everybody can go enjoy something good today.
Thank you all so much for joining us. We'll look forward to talking to you soon, and feel free to reach out to Chad or myself with questions or inquiries, and have a great start to your 2021.
Thanks, everybody.